jazz bands breaking records before women could even vote in some countries? Discover the untold stories of 20 best gone female groups of the 1900s lost to time. 20. The Swinging Rays of Rhythm.
Love me each and every night, no matter what.
Formed in 1937 at the Piney Woods Country Life School in Mississippi, the Swinging Rays of Rhythm began as a fundraising effort for the institution, which primarily served poor and African American children. Under the visionary leadership of Lawrence C. Jones, the school's principal and founder, this all-female jazz band quickly gained prominence. Jones was inspired by the success of other all-female bands and sought to create an ensemble that could both showcase the musical talents of his students and generate financial support for the school. The Swinging Rays of Rhythm toured extensively across the eastern United States, captivating audiences with their vibrant performances and challenging prevailing gender norms in the music industry. Their repertoire included a mix of jazz standards and original compositions, all delivered with a unique flair that set them apart from their contemporaries. The band's success not only provided much-needed funds for the Piney Woods School, but also offered its members opportunities for personal and professional growth in a segregated society. In the early 1940s, reflecting their diverse ethnic composition, the band evolved into the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, becoming one of the first racially integrated all-female bands in the United States. 19. The Rhythmettes.
There by the bridge of love.
The Rhythmettes were a Los Angeles-based singing trio active during the 1930s and 1940s. The original members included Dorothy Compton and Mary Motor, with Anna Lou Barnes and Betty Bruce alternating as the third member in the early to mid-1930s. Betty Bruce also contributed as the group's musical arranger, crafting the harmonies that became their signature sound. Their harmonious vocals became a staple in several Hollywood films, most notably providing the voices for Disney's Silly Symphony shorts and the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz. In The Wizard of Oz, their voices contributed to the enchanting musical landscape that has captivated audiences for generations. Beyond film, the Rhythmettes performed on local radio variety programs, further showcasing their versatility and broadening their appeal. 18. The Melody Maids. Formed in 1942 by Eloise Rush Milam, a music teacher at Dick Dowling Junior High School in Beaumont, Texas, the Melody Maids began as a choral group composed of Milam's voice students. Their first performance took place on July 4th, 1942 at a Bond rally in Beaumont's Jefferson Theater. The group's name was chosen for the event, and they performed dressed in white, setting the stage for their signature appearance. The Melody Maids quickly gained popularity, especially for their performances dedicated to military personnel. Their first military show occurred in December 1942 at Camp Polk, Louisiana. This marked the beginning of extensive tours across the United States where they entertained troops at various military bases and hospitals. Their dedication to boosting the morale of servicemen during World War II earned them widespread acclaim. Under Milam's leadership, the group expanded its reach internationally, performing in Europe, Asia, and South America. Their repertoire included a mix of patriotic songs, popular tunes, and original compositions, all delivered with precise harmonies and engaging stage presence. The Melody Maids were known for their professionalism, with strict codes of conduct and etiquette, often referred to as the Melody Maid Bible, guiding their behavior during performances and interactions. Throughout their 3-decade-long career, approximately 1,500 young women participated in the Melody Maids, making it a significant cultural phenomenon of its time. The group received numerous awards and honors for their contributions to entertainment and morale during and after the war years. In 1990, the Eloise Milam Melody Maid Rose Room at the Julie Rogers Theater in Beaumont was established to commemorate their legacy, housing scrapbooks, photographs, and other memorabilia. 17. The Polka Dots.
Here, Mr. Shake. Again, I'll explain.
The Polka Dots were an all-female swing trio that emerged during the 1940s, a time when the world was engulfed in World War II. Their performances were characterized by close harmony vocals, lively dance routines, and a repertoire that included both classic swing numbers and contemporary hits of the era. They were known for their engaging stage presence and the ability to infuse energy into their performances, making them a favorite among audiences seeking respite from the war's hardships. One notable ensemble bearing the name the Polka Dots was formed by Helen Trocchi in 1942. At just 18 years old, Helen assembled a group of women who shared a love for music. The band originated in her parents' residence in Chelsea, Massachusetts, a suburb of Boston. The group consisted of 6 regular members who played instruments such as the accordion, piano, trumpet, alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, and drums, with Helen herself playing the tenor saxophone and piano, as well as directing the band. They performed extensively for military personnel, often collaborating with the USO to entertain troops at various Army and naval bases. Their dedication to boosting the morale of servicemen during the war earned them recognition and appreciation. Another contemporary group, also known as the Polka Dots, was a sassy female swing trio that brought a modern urban twist to the legendary 1940s Sweethearts. They performed a collection of original and cover swing songs complemented by sharp dance routines. Their shows were high energy and full of fun, based on the vintage close harmony trio style. Their repertoire ranged from Glenn Miller and the Andrews Sisters classics to cheeky retro twists on more modern numbers. Here's an amazing fun fact. The Andrews Sisters, a popular female vocal trio in the 1930s and 1940s, sold an estimated 80 million records, making them one of the best-selling female groups of all time. 16. The Chordettes. Formed in 1946 in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the Chordettes began as a barbershop quartet, a rarity for female groups at the time. The original lineup featured Ginny Osborne, Janet Ertel, Alice Mae Bushman, and Dorothy Schwartz. Their big break came in 1949 when they won the Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts, leading to regular appearances on his show. In 1954, under the Cadence Records label, they released Mr. Sandman, which became a massive hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts and selling over 1 million copies. This success was followed by Lollipop in 1958, another chart topper that solidified their place in pop music history. 15. The Harmony Maids.
He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft.
The Harmony Maids were an all-female vocal trio active during the 1940s. Known for their close harmonies and engaging performances, they entertained troops and civilians alike, providing a sense of normalcy and joy during the war years. Their repertoire included popular songs of the day, delivered with a unique blend of voices that resonated with audiences. 14. The Modernettes.
Baby corn is just a thing for
People like you and
The Modernettes were an all-female jazz band that emerged in the 1930s, a time when the jazz scene was predominantly male. Their performances were characterized by intricate arrangements and a vibrant stage presence, captivating audiences across various venues. The band was known for its versatility, with members proficient in multiple instruments, allowing them to experiment with different sounds and styles. 13. The Bluebells.
He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft.
The Bluebells were a female vocal trio active during the mid-20th century, known for their smooth harmonies and engaging performances. Their repertoire spanned various genres, showcasing their versatility and broad appeal. The group gained popularity through radio broadcasts and live performances, captivating audiences with their vocal prowess. 12. The International Sweethearts of Rhythm. Did you know that during World War II, the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, an all-female, racially integrated jazz band, toured extensively across the United States, breaking racial and gender barriers in the music industry? Formed in 1937 at the Piney Woods Country Life School in Mississippi, the International Sweethearts of Rhythm began as a fundraising effort for the institution, which primarily served poor and African American children. Under the visionary leadership of Lawrence C. Jones, the school's principal and founder, this all-female jazz band quickly gained prominence. Jones was inspired by the success of other all-female bands and sought to create an ensemble that could both showcase the musical talents of his students and generate financial support for the school. The Sweethearts were unique for their time, being one of the first racially integrated all-female bands in the United States. Their lineup included women of African American, Asian, Mexican, Native American, and Caucasian descent, making them a symbol of diversity and unity during the segregation era. This diversity, however, subjected them to the harsh realities of Jim Crow laws, especially during their tours in the South. During the 1940s, the band featured some of the best female musicians of the day. They played swing and jazz on a national circuit that included the Apollo Theater in New York City, the Regal Theater in Chicago, and the Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. After a performance in Chicago in 1943, the Chicago Defender announced the band was one of the hottest stage shows that ever raised the roof of the theater. They have been labeled the most prominent and probably best female aggregation of the big band era. 11. The Darlinettes.
We do not understand. Now, though
The Darlinettes were formed in 1942 by students at the Women's College of the University of North Carolina, now the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. At a time when many male musicians were drafted into military service, these women stepped up to fill the musical void, challenging traditional gender roles in the process. Under the leadership of Cherry Folger, the first trumpet major in the history of the college, the band quickly gained popularity. Folger, who had been fronting an all-male musical group since the age of 14, brought her extensive experience and leadership skills to the Darlinettes. The Darlinettes performed at various campus events, including formal dances and soldier dances, held during and immediately after World War II. Their repertoire included popular big band tunes, and their performances were characterized by energetic arrangements and tight harmonies. In 1945, they performed at the university's junior prom, further cementing their status as a beloved campus ensemble. In addition to their instrumental performances, the Darlinettes featured a four-member vocal group known as the Rhythmettes, adding a vocal dimension to their big band sound. 10. The Sweethearts of Swing.
What else but me till I come marching home?
The Sweethearts of Swing were an all-female swing band that emerged during the 1940s, a time when the world was engulfed in World War II. Their performances were characterized by lively arrangements and a captivating stage presence, making them a favorite among audiences seeking solace and entertainment during challenging times. 9. The Jimmy Lunsford Girls Band.
And let me tell you, rhythm is our business.
The Jimmy Lunsford Girls Band was an all-female jazz ensemble formed under the guidance of Jimmy Lunsford, a prominent band leader of the swing era. Lunsford, known for his innovative arrangements and well-disciplined orchestra, sought to create a female counterpart to his band, providing opportunities for talented women musicians during a time when such opportunities were limited. The ensemble was composed of skilled instrumentalists who performed a repertoire of jazz and swing music, captivating audiences with their energetic performances. Despite their association with Lunsford and their contributions to the jazz scene, detailed records of the Jimmy Lunsford Girls Band's activities and impact are limited. 8. The Coquettes.
I swing my stick. The girls in the band make every lick. If it's slow or if it's quick.
Formed in 1938 by sisters Viola and Mildred Smith, The Coquettes were a pioneering all-female orchestra that captivated audiences across the United States. Viola, an exceptional drummer often billed as the fastest girl drummer in the world, led the ensemble with her dynamic performances. Their repertoire featured lively swing tunes, and their stage presence was marked by enthusiasm and precision. One of their standout performances was the piece Snake Charmer, where Viola showcased her drumming prowess on a 12-piece drum set, delivering pyrotechnic rhythms that left audiences in awe. This performance highlighted not only her technical skill, but also the innovative spirit of the band. The Coquettes toured extensively, performing at various venues and gaining a national following. Their success during a time when female musicians faced significant barriers was a testament to their talent and determination. Despite their contributions, the Coquettes disbanded in 1942. 7. Ina Ray Hutton and her Melodiers.
And now the Melodiers Swing, a number written.
Born Odessa Cowan in 1916, Ina Ray Hutton began her show business career tap dancing at a young age. In 1934, at the request of music publisher Irving Mills, she formed the Melodiers, an all-female big band. Hutton's leadership and charisma quickly propelled the group to fame. The Melodiers were trailblazers, being one of the first all-female swing bands to be recorded and filmed. They made a few recordings but were featured in several movie shorts, showcasing their talent to a broader audience. Their performances were characterized by tight arrangements and Hutton's engaging stage presence, earning her the nickname Blonde Bombshell of Rhythm. In 1939, Hutton disbanded the Melodiers and formed an all-male orchestra, continuing her career in the music industry. Her ability to lead successful bands during a time when female band leaders were rare highlights her significant impact on the big band era. 6. The Ingenues. Here's an amazing fun fact. The Ingenues, a vaudeville all-female jazz band from the 1920s, were celebrated for their versatility, with members proficient in multiple instruments, allowing them to deliver diverse and engaging performances. Formed in Chicago in 1925, the Ingenues were a vaudeville all-female jazz band that toured extensively across the United States and internationally until 1937. Managed by Edward Gorman Sherman, they were often billed as the 20 Paul Whitemans of syncopation, a nod to their versatility and skill. Their performances featured a wide array of instruments, including violins, banjos, and saxophones, showcasing the members' multifaceted talents. A highlight of their career was their participation in the Ziegfeld Follies of 1927, where they performed the first act finale, Melodyland, featuring 12 white baby grand pianos. This spectacle not only demonstrated their musical prowess, but also their theatrical flair, leaving audiences in awe. The Ingenues were celebrated for their versatility, with most members proficient in multiple instruments. This adaptability allowed them to perform a diverse repertoire, ranging from popular songs to light classical works and novelties. 5. The Parisian Redheads. Did you know that the Parisian Redheads, later known as the Bricktops, were a popular all-girl dance band in the 1920s, showcasing the prowess of female musicians during the Jazz Age? Organized in the 1920s by Indianapolis show business agent Charlie Green, the Parisian Redheads were a well-known all-girl dance band. Despite their name, many of the band members were not red-haired, and rather than Paris, they were based in Indiana. The ensemble included around 12 females, mainly classically trained musicians who brought a high level of artistry to their performances. The Parisian Redheads gained national recognition during the 1920s, performing at summer resorts and various venues. Their popularity soared, and in the 1930s they rebranded as the 14 Bricktops, promoted as America's greatest girl band. This name change reflected their growing success and the expansion of their ensemble. 4. The Harlem Playgirls. Did you know that the Harlem Playgirls, an all-female African-American swing band from the 1930s, were renowned for their energetic performances and toured extensively across the United States, captivating audiences with their dynamic stage presence? Organized in 1935 by Milwaukee-based drummer and band leader Sylvester Rice, the Harlem Playgirls drew members from the popular Dixie Sweethearts. This African-American swing band toured extensively throughout the United States during the mid-1930s to early 1940s, performing in picture houses, jazz clubs, ballrooms, and variety theaters. They quickly established a national reputation as one of the best and hardest-swinging female jazz groups in the country. In the tradition of prior all-female bands led by musical theater stars, headliners Eddie Crump and Naliska Ann "Baby" Briscoe both led the band as dancing, singing frontwomen. Briscoe had gained prominence in New Orleans and had worked with Lil Hardin Armstrong's all-female band and Joe Robichaux and his Rhythm Boys. The group's leading soloists included trombonist Leela Julius and saxophonist Vi Burnside. The Harlem Playgirls performed at prestigious venues, including the Apollo Theater in New York City in 1937. They also competed in the renowned Battle of the Bands contest at Chicago's Savoy Ballroom against Johnny Long's group in 1938. Their dynamic performances and musical prowess captivated audiences nationwide. Upon disbanding in the early 1940s, many of the group's leading members went on to perform in the prestigious Darlings of Rhythm as well as the International Sweethearts of Rhythm. 3. The Dixie Sweethearts. Did you know that the Dixie Sweethearts, an all-women jazz group from the 1930s, featured talented musicians like trumpeter Tiny Davis and saxophonist Violet Burnside, who later joined other prominent all-female bands, continuing their musical journeys? Formed in the 1930s, the Dixie Sweethearts were an all-women jazz group led by frontwomen Marjorie Ross and Madge Fontaine. Their lineup featured talented musicians such as trumpeter Tiny Davis, saxophonist Violet Burnside, and bassist Marjorie Pettiford. The ensemble was known for its vibrant performances and skillful interpretations of jazz standards, captivating audiences across various venues. The Dixie Sweethearts were trailblazers in a male-dominated industry, showcasing the prowess of female musicians during an era when such opportunities were limited. Their success paved the way for future all-female bands, challenging societal norms and inspiring a new generation of women in jazz. After disbanding, many members continued their musical journeys with other notable all-female groups. 2. Sarah McLawler and the Cincoettes. Formed in the early 1950s, Sarah McLawler and the Cincoettes was a pioneering all-female jazz quartet led by organist and vocalist Sarah McLawler. The ensemble featured Vi Wilson on bass, Hetty Smith on drums, and Lula Roberts on saxophone. Their performances were characterized by intricate arrangements and a seamless blend of instruments, captivating audiences with their unique sound. Sarah McLawler, known for her virtuosic organ playing and soulful vocals, was a trailblazer in integrating the organ into jazz ensembles. Her leadership and innovative approach set the Cincoettes apart from other groups of the time, earning them recognition in the jazz community. The Cincoettes recorded several tracks on the Premium and King labels, showcasing their versatility and musical prowess. 1. The Darlings of Rhythm. Here's an amazing fun fact. The Darlings of Rhythm, an African-American all-female swing band from the 1940s, were often compared to the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, highlighting the rich tapestry of female jazz ensembles during that era. Formed in the early 1940s, the Darlings of Rhythm were an African-American all-female swing band that captivated audiences across the United States. They were often compared to the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, another prominent all-girl swing band of the era. The Darlings were noted for their darker skin tones compared to the Sweethearts, highlighting the diversity within the African American jazz community. The band featured talented musicians who delivered dynamic performances, showcasing their proficiency in swing and jazz genres. Their tours took them to various venues where they entertained audiences with their lively and engaging shows. A notable incident in the band's history involved Toby Butler, a white member of the International Sweethearts of Rhythm. Rumors suggested that she left the Sweethearts to join the Darlings in the mid-1940s, a time when racial segregation laws made performing in mixed-race bands illegal. This rumor was confirmed in 1946 when Butler was arrested while performing with the Darlings in Georgia, highlighting the complex racial dynamics of the day. If you enjoyed this journey through music history, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of forgotten musical treasures. Don't forget to check out our other videos to continue your discovery of music's hidden gems.